What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to another Tyler Talks podcast. In today's podcast, we're going to be going over all the latest stuff going on here at Tyler Tube Productions and everything coming and everything to come. So, guys, in today's podcast, we're going to be talking about some things. As you can tell, there is a black background, and it says Tyler Tube Talks Podcast or Tyler Talks Podcast. So, in today's podcast, we're going to be talking about many different things. So, here we are starting. So, guys, in today's podcast, we're going to be talking about quite a bit of different things. Let's get started. So, I have now started doing podcasts. This is going to be one of many podcasts in the Tyler Talks series. I've done Tyler Talks podcasts before, but they have been all on video. These are not on video. I did record a little bit of behind the scenes of this. If you guys want that posted, I will let you know. I will post it, but for some reason, my MacBook will not read my memory card right now. So I'm going to have to figure that out, and then I'll do that. But this is on volume, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm going to give myself a 4-minute podcast because I don't want to do a too long podcast to start, but this will be the first podcast, and it'll be a shorter one. So, today we are talking about upcoming videos and some other things. So, upcoming videos are a lot more singing. Of course, I'm not a very good singer, but I'm going to just start writing some songs and maybe sing them to you somewhat, because I might not sing them, though, because I'm not a very good singer. My singing probably sounds like something someone would hear in the middle of the night. I mean, no, it's terrible. So, that's part of the reason why I'm not doing podcasts or music now. There will be music coming soon. I'm not going to do any music right now until a little later on when I have more time, but the mic that I do use is the Blue Snowball. I'm going to be getting the Yeti soon, I hope, because a Yeti is pretty good. So, vlogs, I might try to post, once or twice a week. I have, you guys know, as you guys know, I have been gone a while. A lot of things going on, school, very annoying, and many things that I have not had time to exactly get to do yet. So, that is why there hasn't been many videos. I did post a video just a little bit ago, as you guys seen. I don't remember when that was. Yesterday. I posted that update little video. So yeah, I'm charging my Parrot drone. So if you guys want to see some drone videos, let me know. I want some of your guys' opinions on videos to do. I know you guys like the podcasts, and some of you like them. I don't know, do you guys like the audio podcast or the, video podcast? I'm going to take a little longer than 4 minutes, maybe a 10-minute, but basically, I'm going to try to do episodes of podcasts, basically. I'm probably going to do a podcast weekly, a Tyler Talks weekly podcast. I don't know if I'm going to put the date in the title, but, I'm going to be doing some editing tips over podcasts. I'm going to be doing a lot of just different tips. In today's video, I think I'm going to focus more on the gear that I use, more than anything. So let's get into today's full podcast. As you can tell, I'm doing a lot longer than 4 minutes because I understand that we need a longer podcast, because this podcast, 4-minute podcast, Rhett and Link, they do like an hour long podcast, So, I'm going to start doing a lot longer podcasts for sure. So basically, the gear I use the cameras I use. So I use the Canon G7X Mark II. As you guys know, I'm going to try to put a picture in there. somewhere. So if you guys just seen a picture, that's the Canon G7X with a flip screen. Because, you gotta see a flip screen of yourself. I mean, you can't do a vlog. That was one dilemma I had with the other camera I used, which I'll get to pretty soon. Sorry about that. I had to go grab something real quick. Which I didn't have a flip screen, and I'll get to that camera here in just a second. But it didn't have a flip screen, so that was a good way to do that. And these podcasts will be unedited. It'll just be one long voice over. So that's the Canon G7X. Next, I'll flash on the screen. I'll try to flash on the screen. If I can't do it, oh well, you guys can just look it up. I have the Canon PowerShot ELPH 350 HS. So this is one of the HS series cameras. It's a very nice camera. It does work very well. I filmed my pumpkin patch vlog on it. So if you guys want to go see the pumpkin patch vlog that I did last year, the year before last year, that will be there, and that's the camera that I used to film that on. If I take a long pause, it's because I have tea over here, and talking a long time, my mouth gets dry. So, I also use the Samsung Gear 360. I have not uploaded a video yet on this camera. I'll try to post, or try to flash a picture of it now. And yeah, so that is the 360 camera I use. It's a very good camera. I got it for Christmas 2017. Then for another camera that I use, the Sony Handycam HDR CX 405 9.2 megapixel still image recording HD progressive camcorder. I love this camcorder. I've used it for everything. Here's the noise. That's the noise that comes on when you turn it on. It's got a lens cover on it, or one of the shutter things with a switch on the side to open it and close it. But I've done quite a bit of videos on it. What? I've done quite a bit of videos. Sorry about that, guys. I've done quite a bit of videos on it. I did the Christmas Q&A last year, the 2016 Christmas. I did a Christmas Q&A where some of you guys sent in questions for me, and yeah. So that is that. That is the Sony HDR6 405 9.2 megapixel camcorder. I love that. Tripods I use. I use the Manfrotto. Let me see here. It's right here. The Manfrotto. Well, there's no thing on it, but I use the Manfrotto tripod. It is a ball head. It's not a very expensive tripod. It's like $60 maybe, which is pretty expensive still. But and then another tripod I use is the Targus tripod. It is a gun tripod, which is basically a gun trigger tripod. Gun trigger tripod. Good name. It's basically the thing that you use to pan, which I call it the panhandle, like the Texas panhandle. Weird. But I call it the panhandle, which is basically a gun trigger because it looks like a gun handle and there's a trigger. And when you squeeze the trigger, you can tilt it like a ball head. It basically locks. And then I use a monopod that I got from Nebraska Furniture Mart. I love that place. They have the best electronics. This monopod is the most expensive monopod I've ever seen. It's a tripod on the bottom of it. And I'll try to flash a picture of it, but the legs snap out. They're little legs, and it's got like a little ball head at the bottom. You can tilt it. It adjusts. It stands up. This is a Vanguard VO AM264TR, and you put your camera on it, and I love this thing. You pull one of the legs, and then I like to turn it upside down. Pull the leg, boom, they fold down. And even if you don't want the legs, you can use it without the legs and use it as a little glide cam. And there's a little ball at the bottom, or what I call a little rubber nucky, and you can use that to sit it on the ground, and move it around if you want good smooth shots. For lighting, what do I use for lighting? I use the Limo Studio. Actually, some of my friends got that for me. Limo Studio lights. I have two umbrella lights, which is just an umbrella attached to the tripod with the light on it, which gives a good they call those accent lights. They basically just give accent to the shine of the video. Oh, we finally got blue skies outside. It's been dark and dim outside all day. And then I use the curtains that come with it as background sometimes. And then for another little light, it's basically a what do you need? Basically, it's a hot shoe light. I have a hot shoe phone mount, and it's an Energizer. No, what is this light? Man, I threw the packaging away. It is a light from Best Buy. No, it's not Energizer, but it's very bright. There's 3 bright settings, and then there's a flashing light setting, and I absolutely love it. I'll try to flash a screen of it, a picture of it right there. Also, another tripod I use is the Manfrotto Pixie tripod. It's a really good tripod for vlogging. A lot of vloggers use it. Alex Wasabi, vloggers like that. I also use Joby's. I use gimbals. I use the DJI Osmo Mobile for my phone, and I use a DigiPower. DigiPower. It's a 3-axis gimbal, and it's like an auto steady type thing, but not really auto steady. Then for selfie sticks, I of course use a DigiPower Rebel. For mics, I use, of course, the Rode VideoMic Go. I use the Blue Snowball, and I also use a lavalier mic for some videos. To edit, I of course use a MacBook Air, and then the shock mount and everything, I have an overhead rig, and that's made by Glide Gear. It's a nice overhead rig. Some of our friends also got that for me. Got quite a bit of cables for things, of course, but that's kind of the basis of all my gear that I usually use on a daily basis. On a daily basis, I use my Canon G7X and my computer, and of course, a laptop. I use a GoPro, of course. Sometimes I have some selfie sticks or video pulls. Lighting went over that, and that's basically it. There's not really much else to go over. My websites are, of course, linked in the description. I'm only going to link my first one, the TylerTubeTV.weebly.com website, because the Tyler's Tech Tips is not fully done yet. It's still kind of in the process of doing that. So, yeah. Also, leave a comment down below on what videos do you guys want to see next. Do you guys want to see more updated gear? Do you guys want to see more of what brought me to do this? Do you want to see more of my story? What do you guys want to see? Let me know in the comments down below, in the description. Not the description, because that's where I post my little stuff. So anyway, yeah, that is basically it for my video. If you guys want to know what teleprompter I use a teleprompter quite often if I'm doing a scripted video. And on my MacBook, it's the Power Prompter. It's kind of like an Adobe thing, but it's not Adobe, and stuff like that. And for my editing, I simply use iMovie. It's the most simple thing for editing. I love iMovie because it's just so simple to use. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Anything that I mentioned should be in the, I'm not going to put any links in the description, but I will tell you what gear I use around the most gear. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys liked the podcast, click like. If you guys want to do a video podcast, comment down below. If you guys want me to do just this type of podcast you're seeing now, comment down below and tell me what do you like. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. TylerTube out.